What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm just making sure the mics are on. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. So during this year, I've had a lot happen. And I've just kind of looked into like mental health and stuff. And one thing that I found that I really resonate with and I really like is the attachment theory. So I guess in this video, what we're going to talk about today is the attachment theory and the three main types of attachments, right? You've got your anxious attached, your avoidant attached, and then you got your secure attached. Now, I'm no therapist, and I ain't going to come on here and try to pretend like I am. But it's something that I am currently working through, and I wanted to take you guys along with me, and I also want, anybody who can use this, my journey to becoming securely attached. Anybody that resonates can, feel free to take any of the stuff that I'm doing that's you see working for me that you think could work for you. Now, obviously, the best thing for me to do is to go to therapy, but therapy costs a lot of coin. You know what I'm saying? My YouTube career ain't took off yet, so we'll get there when we get there. But right now, I got to do something. So this is what I've been doing. So right now, I guess in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of explain my interpretation and my understanding of attachment theory, okay? Now, like I mentioned earlier, there are three different types of attachments. There is the anxious, the secure, and the avoidant, okay? The main differences are going to be between the anxious avoidant and the the anxious attached and the avoidant attached. The anxious is somebody who values closeness, somebody with, as the name of the attachment says, somebody who is it deals with more of the anxiety, right? And you're going to usually get these in a relationship. So a lot of times each attachment style attracts the other one, which is hilarious because they also trigger each other. So it's kind of like, what the fuck? But the anxious attached is the one that deals with the more anxiety, and they're the ones who value being close, they value the togetherness. Whereas on the opposite side of that, you got your avoidant, who is hyper independent. They like their space, they like their alone time. And this is where, like I mentioned earlier, they trigger each other. So with the anxious attached, they tend to get triggered when there's distance, and when there is maybe a cut in communication. Maybe they can feel the energy from the avoidant kind of pulling away, which then sends this person into a spiral. Like, what could this person be doing? Are they cheating? Have they met someone else? Did I do something? What happened? Was I being too much? What happened? But instead of kind of letting things be, which the securely attached person would do, but also, and we'll get there in a second. Instead of just letting things be and letting them be what they will be, they tend to, I'm trying to think of the word, like kind of hold on or try to reach or chase or do all this other stuff. And interestingly enough, I've been on both sides of the spectrum in two different relationships. Now, I was avoidantly attached in a previous relationship. I won't speak too much on that, but now it's funny because I wasn't aware of that until I actually just recently sat and thought about it. But right now, currently, I lean more anxious. And I'm a man, I could say it, right? Which is funny because actually I read that men are actually rarely anxious attached. But in the current relationship, I am, because I've actually never dealt with anything like this. And it's not a good thing. Trust me. So those of you out there like, you ain't never... No, it's not a good thing, right? And my previous partner was the anxious attached, and my current is more avoidant. And so I'm just trying to learn how to navigate. And I believe that all of the experiences that I've had are leading me to become more securely attached, that's pretty good. Anyway, so the avoidant gets triggered when the anxious smothers them. So it's almost like it's all right. It's like you know about like nice guy syndrome and stuff. Like, you've ever heard a girl say that he was too much? He's smothering me. I can't breathe. I can't blah, blah, blah. Well, that's how the avoidant partner feels when the anxious partner smothers them, and the anxious partner needs that closeness, and the avoidant tends to pull further away, which then triggers the anxious to then pull, chase more, which makes this person leave. And then you guys are in this cycle, this constant cycle. And so that's, something I've been through pretty much all of this. That's why I'm making this video. I want to spread awareness to people that don't understand this stuff. It's new. Actually, my buddy Chad, you guys seen Chad in the channel. Shout out Chad. He actually, I was talking to him about this not too long ago. Pretty long ago, actually. And he has a book that I am actually going to read about attachment theory. And I'm definitely diving into this. So y'all might see a lot more on the channel about this type stuff. Also, please comment what you want to see from this channel. If this is stuff you guys really enjoy, comment down below. Also, subscribe. If you're new here, hit the like button. But yeah, he was telling me about all this stuff, and he's telling me how he leans more avoidant, right? And his new current girlfriend, shout out B, would lean more anxious. So it's like, there in most dynamics that you see in your day-to-day life, you could probably decipher, okay, this person's more anxious, this person more avoidant, this, da. It's very rare that you see two securely attached people. But when you do, you notice that they're like a power couple. So I hope that didn't make a noise, but I personally am going to strive to be secure. And then on top of being securely attached, I think you can see a little more clearly. You're not caught up in that loop, like I mentioned earlier. You're not caught up in this thing. So you can kind of see, all right, that ain't for me. Or, all right, this is what we need to work on to get us to this place of being grounded. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm not going to really harp too much on my previous relationship, just out of respect for, multiple parties involved. But I'll say this. I understand what my current person is going through because of experiences that I experienced in that relationship there. So I found myself at times throughout this relationship, maybe like the latter year and a half, wanting explanations. I need explanations. Well, why did this happen? Why are you disappearing for this time? Why are you going cold this time? Why? It's not that I chase. I could care less. I just need to know why. And that's my version of the anxious attached. I'm not going to blow your phone up. I promise you. I ain't going to blow your phone up. I ain't going to pull up on you. I'm not going to do none of that. But I will ask you why this is happening. So why did you disappear? Why? Right? And that is a form of chasing in and of itself. And like I mentioned, I can't let things be. I need explanations. Whereas my partner feels smothered when I'm asking those questions. So then she'll pull away and disappear and do all the things. Shout out T, by the way. It's not a video attacking. I'm just explaining. But in like I said, in the current in the previous relationship, my partner, or my girl at the time, she was more of the type to actually blow you up, pull up, stuff like that. And while it's two sides of the same coin, it's two sides. I was on two sides of the same coin. So, I am going to work to no longer do that. I'll ask you one time. What were you doing? Where were you? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. My goal is to get to the bottom of things normally. Sometimes you don't need explanations all the time. You need to trust yourself here and understand that you will make the right decision when the time comes. And that's where I'm getting. I do want to read that attachment theory book so I can kind of see what else needs to be done. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will be going to therapy once I can, get the coin going. That's why I need y'all to subscribe. I'm not doing this for money though, but I'm doing this to provide, but it'll help. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? But the securely attached, now we're going to get on to secure attached. Securely attached is the center ground of both. When somebody is kind of from this side, from the anxious side, when you're not perturbed by a lot that someone's doing, you're able to ground yourself. And then you're also not somebody that runs away from conflict. You're not somebody that disappears, or you're not super hyper independent, because everybody's independent. Let's be honest. We're all adults. If you're an adult watching this video. So we don't have to harp on our independence. We get it. You're independent. I'm independent. We all are. You don't hear me, I'm independent. I'm an adult. I do what I got to do. I was brought into this world by myself, and I will leave by myself. We understand. But closeness and togetherness is important in this world. We don't need it, but it's very important. You know what I mean? It's like sex. You don't need it, but you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But so like I said, it's the midpoint of both, right? You're able to set the boundaries, and if that person crosses the boundaries, you out, right? Or you can provide the reassurance that your partner needs, or it's just kind of the perfect storm, even though nobody's perfect, but it's the perfect storm. So that is what we should all strive to be. I want to make this a little series, man. I'm going to do, I'll figure out what to name it. By the time this video comes out, it'll have a name. But I'll probably talk to you guys once a week about this. It'll be like a check-in, right? If you see this video, let me know what the dynamic of your relationship is. Are you the anxiously attached? Are you the avoidant attached? Are you secure? Don't lie. No cap. Don't cap. But that was just kind of an overview of everything, and now y'all know where I stand, so you guys can relate to me. I've been on both sides of the coin. Right now, I'm leaning more anxious, but we gonna get to secure. We gonna get to secure, y'all. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Like I mentioned before, let's talk in the comments, man, and stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you guys later.